What's up? Here are my 3 reasons why you should be reading fiction books instead of non-fiction, or maybe 4 or 5, I don't know. The first reason is that you get hella girls. Well, that's actually not true, because if you do this now, you get called a performative male, which I think is fair. I hate these type of guys, but it is kind of annoying because reading books used to be like my favorite pastime thing. If I'm waiting for a friend or a train, I don't know, I just like reading. You can still do it, but you might look kind of cringe even if it's not your intention to like pick up girls, but maybe you'll get girls, I don't know, but that's not enough horsing around. Let's get to the first reason. Reading fiction books gives you a much better grasp of the message you're being taught. You actually live with the characters and get to experience whatever the author has intended to want to talk about or tell you. You know what I mean? How many like philosophies and self-help things do you come across like almost every day on like TikTok or like in articles and shit that you just forget about, even in like non-fiction books, like self-help books. I still remember the like fucking lessons I've been taught from Harry Potter. Now they are kind of surface level and I don't like the author. I'm not gonna get into that. It's like, I think it's because she could be kind of hot, but she's like not. So I don't know. The second reason is that you use your brain in a completely different way from any other type of media. You literally get to look at a piece of tree, but paper, and hallucinate and imagine a story in your own way. If you get described a childhood bedroom or a child's bedroom, you might imagine your own bedroom. Of course, if there are descriptors or like specifics of the room, you'll see those, but you'll have your own interpretation of the story. No two people are gonna have the same view when reading a book. They're not gonna think about the same thing. I know I keep bringing this up, but if you've only read Harry Potter, you might imagine a certain castle when Hogwarts is described, but if you've seen the movies, you'll maybe just imagine the castle from the movies. None of them are wrong, but you might just do that without even thinking about it, and I think that's pretty cool. I think it's really cool. I think it's awesome sauce. This mask is so hot to wear. My face is so sweaty and it smells like yogurt, by the way. And the third reason is that it's just fun. You get smarter and you get wiser. You learn lessons and your brain gets activated in different ways. I feel a lot happier when I'm reading like a good book. Not just in the moment, but just living with the book. And of course, when you read fiction books, you are gonna live with it, just like how you're gonna live with the message. And I think I don't know, I just feel happier. I feel like I feel like I make smarter decisions. I don't know, everything just clicks in a different way. That's one of those things that you can't really explain unless you like sit down for like 5 hours and try and like become a psychologist or something like that. I don't want to get that philosophical, but I just promise you get smarter and it's fun. You've heard it a million times, but it is better than just scrolling TikTok or Instagram. And of course, some people might then recommend a non-fiction book, and you might think non-fiction books make you smarter, but I just feel like they spoon-feed you the information and you don't live with it. You tend to forget a lot of things. I've just read Rick Rubin's non-fiction book about creativity, and that was great. There are really good like self-help non-fiction books, especially philosophy books, and I'd say like Rick Rubin's book about creativity is like way smarter than most self-help books, and it's like it actually like works. Like the things I've thought about a lot of the things he's been writing about, and like the things that has clicked for him has also clicked for me before I even read the book, and I can confirm he's speaking facts. I don't know, you don't say that anymore really, but and I can confirm he's actually right. Also, some of the things I've learned from the book that I've tried to apply, like moving a bit slower and just living in the presence, and also stuff I already knew, like meditation. It's I don't hate non-fiction books, but I do think you should read more fiction books. I think they make you smarter. I think they stimulate your brain in a good way. I think they make you wiser, more philosophical, heavier. I don't know. Just read more fiction books instead of non-fiction. You might think that non-fiction books are gonna make you more clever, but I actually think it's the opposite. So, because you actually have to use your brain, kind of like playing Zelda compared to, like the new Zelda games compared to Red Dead, where in Zelda you get taught the mechanics, then you have to sort of use your brain and figure shit out on your own. Whereas in Red Dead Redemption, you kind of like, you're told everything you have to do. Both are great games in each their way. You might prefer one or the other, doesn't really matter. That's just a personal opinion, but mine is just that using your brain and not being spoon-fed things are better and makes you a smarter, greater, better human, whatever. Like, read a good fiction book too. Go figure that out on your own. Go on Reddit. Don't Google that shit, because Google's just gonna give you like dumbass answers. Of course, a good book is gonna be talked about, but maybe don't go to like The Catcher in the Rye. It's a good book, but I mean, you can read it, but you can also find like other good books that are like classics or whatever. I don't know, it doesn't matter, don't care. Yeah, that's not my problem. This video is way too long already, and I don't want to take up more of your time. I think you should go out and find a new fiction book to read, or if you're already an avid reader, I think that's how you say that. Thank you for your time. I need to take this mask off. Again, it smells like yogurt, and it's really hot.